Hello everybody, this is your guitar friend David. Nice to see you again. We are going to talk about some new chords today, but the first thing we need to do is make sure our guitar is in tune. Now last time I showed you how to do the electronic tuner that was on the headstock here, but today let's look at a manual way to do it, or a way you can do it just by ear. So you can check your own tuning here on the 5th fret by holding down this string. Let's start with a top string, and on the 5th fret we'll hold it down, and then we'll play the string just below it in an open position. So it goes like this. Those sound good. They sound like the same note. So that tells me that those two strings are now in tune, and I'm not using a machine, I'm just doing it by ear. We do the same thing with the next two strings. We hold this one down on the 5th fret, we play the next string down open. Oh, that sounds pretty good. Yep. So now I know that those two strings are, this one and this one, are in tune. Let's go down to the next one. Let's just see what that sounds like. What? No way. Oh, that guy's too low. He's flat, and that's the that is the 4th string down. So that's the G. So we're gonna go over here to our tuning, and we're gonna turn it up. So the note's too low, so we're gonna try and make it higher. Hear it? It just went right into place. Closer. Good. Right there, same note. Very nice. Now, tricky part. On the 3rd string up from the bottom, when we check the tuning, we have to go to the 4th fret. Everything else is on the 5th fret, but on this one we go to the 4th fret. And we play that note, and we check this next string up. So we're on the 4th fret, 3rd string up. This is the only time you have to do it this way. And that sounds good. And now we go back to the 5th fret to check the last string. Up. Good. So let's just go back and review. Good. Good. Good, good, good. So we know we're in tune. So when we hit a chord, like that fabulous G chord I was showing you last time, it's good. It all works. So today we're going to look at 3 different new chords. Remember last time we did the D, the A, and the G. Now today we're going to do 3 new chords: F, as in Frank, C as in candy, and E as in, you know, everything. Let's see. Start with F. The blue dots are where your fingers need to be, and we have restrictions, which means we cannot play the 2nd string down, and we cannot play the top string, okay? Those 2 strings. By the way, those are called E and A, but we can get into more of that sort of naming the strings and naming the notes another time. But this is an F chord. F as in Frank. We are only going to play these 4 strings and not the top 2. And I find it easiest to put my finger over these 2 instead of trying to get 2 fingers and then this finger and then this little pinky over here. I mean, I guess you could do it that way, but it's so much easier just to put one finger on this, on that one first fret, and then put your next finger there, and then your next finger there. That is an F chord. And let's just remove one of these restrictions. We'll go back and check that later. So now we're going to look at the yellow shapes, these yellow pieces of tape. And we'll put, and this is for the C chord. What did we say? C is for Candy or Charlie or whatever you want to say. So this one finger goes here on the second. We have the next one on the fourth string up on the second fret, and then on the next to the top string on the third fret. And we don't play the top string. We totally avoid that. So that is the lovely C chord. And you only play those 5 strings. And so let's move along to the E chord. Now we get to play all the strings. And we're looking at the green shapes now. One finger goes here, one finger goes here, and one finger goes right on top. So it's the first fret, third string up, second fret, fourth string up, second fret, fifth string up. And we get to play the top string, which is an E string. Remember when I said that? And it's a lot of fun to play all the strings together because you can play nice and loud. It's like the G chord. No restrictions. So that's the E chord. All right, so let's go back and review real quick. Put the reds back to the red tape. Restrictions. For which chord? The F chord has 2. The way we're teaching it today, it has 2 restrictions. Now, there's other ways to play these chords, but this is just the basic major shape of your fingers for just playing a simple F major chord. So it's the 2 fingers across these 2 strings. On the next fret up and the next string up, your finger goes there, and on the next string up, you go one fret forward. So 2 on the first fret, 1 here, next string up on the second fret, and 1 string up, 1 fret over on the third fret. Right where those blue dots are. Okay, so that is the F chord. Now we're going to review where the C chord is. The C chord is where those yellow shapes are. Bing, bing, bing. So there's just 1 finger on the second string up, 1 finger on the second string up, and then we skip that third string, and now we're on the 4th string up, and we're on the 2nd fret, right? Oh, well, you can see that. So we got 1 finger here, 1 finger here, and then the last finger goes on the 5th string up or the 2nd string down, and we don't play the top string, but that's the fingering, just like this. And there's your C chord. Now remember when I said some chords sound better together, so I'll show you something about that later, but the C and the F, they always sound good together. You see how I switch over? It's one of the reasons why I'm showing you these chords at the same time, because you can switch from a C to an F and F to a C very easily by just see, I just moved those 2 fingers. See? The shapes are so similar that you can just navigate from one to another pretty easy. So that's the C and the F. The C is the is the yellow tabs. The F is the blue tabs. And let's look at the E. Take away all the restrictions. Now let's look at the E chord. That's the green shapes. One finger there, and then two fingers sort of stacked up here on the second fret, on the fourth string up and the fifth string up. Okay, and then we actually are allowed to play the top string now because it's an E. This is an E chord, and you're allowed to play the E. That's fun. All right, so that's the F, C, and then the E. Now the F, C, and E, I mean, you know, they sound pretty good together. But really, what sounds really good together, if you remember the chords we learned last time, the D, the A, and the E, what we just learned, they sound great together. Right? It's like they fit together. And the same is true for the C. I mean, pardon me, the C and the F. We learned those today, C and the F. Now, do you remember from last time the G? Those sound great together. So, and if you like to sing, there's different songs you can sing using those chords. Like this is a Bob Dylan song. Let's see if I can sing it. Ramona, come closer, shut softly your watery eyes. There's your G. Goes back to C, I think. No, it stays on the G. Ramona, come closer, shut softly your watery eyes. The pains of your sadness will pass as your senses will rise. Going back to the C. Now we're going to go to the F. The flowers of the city, though breath like it, death like at G times. There's no use in trying to deal with the dying, though I cannot explain that in lines. Back to the C. Your cracked country lips I still wish to kiss. I forgot the lyrics. There goes the G. That magnetic movement still captures the minutes I'm in. But it grieves my heart, there's the F chord, to be a part of a world that just don't exist. Oops, sorry, G. It's all just a dream, babe, a vacuum, a scheme, babe, that sucks you into feeling like this. Back to the C chord. And it's so simple, right? It's beautiful. So C, G, C, F, just like that. And the same is true for the A, D, and E. Oh, there's an old Neil Diamond song. LA's fine, the sun shines most of the time. That's the A chord. And the feeling is laid back. Palm trees grow, that's the E chord. Do, do, do. Back to the A chord. But I'm New York City born and raised. Nowadays I'm lost between two D chords. E chord's home, but it ain't mine. song, but it ain't mine no more. Back to the A. I am, I said. So no one there to the D. And no one heard at all, not even the chair. That's the A chord. I am, I cried. A going to the D. Said I. And I'm lost. I can't even say A chord. E chord, leaving me lonely. Still A chord. Don't they sound good together? The D, A, E, A. And the C, G, F, G, and C. Right? Ta-da! So now you have 3 new chords. F, C, and we also learned E today. And that goes with what we learned last time. D, A, and G. So with those 6 chords that we learned past 2 sessions, there's 1,000 songs that you can play and 1,000 songs you can sing and play. And it's a beautiful thing. So I hope you have enjoyed this little lesson, and I hope that you've learned some things and you'll continue to enjoy learning to play the guitar. Talk to you later.